So you want to make cartoons with full animation, sound design, music, and voice acting. You don't have the money to go and splurge on a $1,300 PC or Mac, and you also don't have the money to buy Final Cut or Adobe products. You then direct your attention over to the iPad sitting next to you and wonder to yourself, could I make cartoons on this? And I'm here to tell you that you can, and here's the main fundamentals to doing it. Now, are iPads the ideal device to make full cartoons on? No, they're not. But if you're someone like me who can't afford a nice PC or a computer of some type and Adobe products or Final Cut, then it's really all you got. And if you play your cards right, no one would ever know that they're made on an iPad. Now, this isn't going to be a tutorial on how to use all of the apps that I mentioned here. It's just to show off what you can do in these apps and that you can do the basic fundamentals in them to start making cartoons on iPads. So I've said the word iPad enough. Let's get started. Here's the most important app that you'll need. It's called Procreate. Procreate is an incredibly advanced drawing app on iOS that allows you to do paintings, cartoon art, and most importantly, in my case, animation. Now, you don't have to use Procreate for animating your cartoons, but personally, I use it because you can add all types of different effects to each frame of an animation, something that most other animation apps don't really have. Trust me, I've tried a lot of them, and since I switched to Procreate, I never looked back. You can also import your animation as any kind of file that you want. HEVC, transparent, PNG, MP4, any kind you want. Now, Procreate isn't specifically an app for animation, it's an app for drawing first. So the animation tool isn't anything super fancy, but for me, it works really well for what I needed to do. I also use it to paint the backgrounds as well, so really this app is all that you'll need for the visuals in general. You can find it on the iOS App Store for $9.99. Now, when you finish painting a background and animating a scene, I've done a bouncing ball here, where do you import it to for editing? That is where LumaFusion comes in. LumaFusion is the editing app that I use to add music, voice lines, sound effects, and any kind of audio that I need. It's also where I add visual effects such as depth, where things closer to the camera move faster than things further away. You can do this with the tweening feature. For this scene, I want the camera to zoom in on the ball as it bounces. So I'm going to tap the edit tool, add my keyframes, and zoom in. There, now it's zooming in. But it looks a little flat. How about I have the tables move faster than the rest of the frame to add a sense of depth? I'm going to go back to Procreate, save the tables as a PNG file, drag it on top of the background, tween it, and there you go. How about while we're at it, we add a ball bouncing sound effect. I'm going to use this royalty-free sound that I found on YouTube and saved to my camera roll. LumaFusion is my main editing station and has worked wonders for me. It allows you to do so many different things and really make your videos feel alive. You can find LumaFusion on the iOS App Store for $29.99 one-time payment. Sounds pricey, but trust me, you'll get your money's worth. Okay, so I've animated a ball bouncing. I've sent it to my LumaFusion editing app, added some sound effects, gave it some visual effects. Now I need music. Now I could get some royalty-free music off of YouTube and just import it into my camera roll and save it to LumaFusion, but I want my own. I want to make my own original music. How do I do that? Well, there's a little old app called GarageBand. This app is actually pre-installed on all Apple mobile devices, but don't worry about that. GarageBand is a pretty well-known music production program that even big artists have used, like the band Gorillaz. You can really make all types of different music in it, such as rock, pop, rap, alternative, and many other genres. I think I've already found the song that I actually want to use for my cartoon. So now I'm going to export it to LumaFusion, drag it into the audio timeline, and there we go! We now have an animation of a ball bouncing with a depth effect, sound effects, and all original music, all on one device. Now, obviously, I didn't make a full 11-minute cartoon in this video alone. That would have taken forever, but what I wanted to do was lay out the basic fundamentals that you need to make a cartoon and show that you can do those basic fundamentals on iPads. A lot of people think that iPads are not good for video production, and they're very limited, and they are, in a sense, limited, but if it's all you got, you can actually do some really amazing stuff with them, and I wish that was more of a known thing, but unfortunately it's not. But I've been doing cartoons on iPads for 7 years now, and while it can be very tedious and sometimes the limitations can get in the way, I always find a way around them, and it really does. It works for me. It works really well. So if you're like me, can't afford a really nice computer, all you got is an iPad, I hope that this video helped you, and can't wait to see what you create. So thank you all so much for watching this video, and stay tuned for my next one. Goodbye.